Okay, wonderful. So first of all, David, thanks a lot for this opportunity. We would have loved to be with you in the same room, but it's a very busy time of the year, and so thanks a lot for allowing us to join the event through Zoom. Really appreciate this. So so thanks for having me and the Ecosolaris team. I'll take about 10 minutes today. You can hear me well. Just double checking.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
working, and we're here watching and in the
Yeah.
room, and also all the other people on Zoom.
Okay, very good. So I want to take about 10 minutes to share a little story. It's a story about comfort, resilience, and how solar energy is now tackling something most Canadians think is impossible: solar power, heating, and cooling. So we've been in testing the technology and installing the technology now for 5 years, and it has proven quite interesting. So at Ecosolaris, we've been doing off-grid work for over 20 years. Briefly, just a bit of context for you. And long it was before trendy, long before the government incentive. So Martin and his team was out there solving real energy challenge in remote communities across Canada, but also we had the tremendous opportunity to do this in the Caribbean, in Africa, with the Canadian and Quebec government, and in some cases as well Europe. So um, this is we work with government, NGO, and Canadian First Nation. So um, um, why we had to rethink comfort? But well, here in Canada, of course, we have climatic events, we have a snowstorm, we have power grid issues, and the energy demand is increasing tremendously. So we have to rethink how we stay comfortable and how we consume energy. With temperature ranging from minus 35 to plus 35, so we like to say that comfort is not an option, right? So first, when we tested some technology available out there, they didn't meet our standards. So we decided to design, build, and bring to the market our own products, and that led to the creation of solar cooling. So the heating and cooling division of Ecosolaris, and of course, it's the main idea here is it's either powered by the sun or hybrid. So, for instance, could run with the sun during the day, and powered by the sun during the day, and the grid takes over, or the battery storage component takes over at night, right? So right now we have we have the main product line is what we call the solar mini split heat pump, which both cool and heat. So it's been tested in Canada. We configure the software with the appropriate defrost cycles. It's UL CSA certified, Energy Star, and NRCan. So that's the main line of product right now. What more technical people in the audience will like to know that some technical side of the unit. So it's DC based. So it's an advanced PCB. There's no inverter required. It's managed by the unit, and there's a charge control as well. It's R32 refrigerant. You most likely have heard of R32. It's becoming mainstream now. Used to be 410, but R32 are more eco-friendly. And we took that decision 4 years ago to be a bit first mover, and we bet on that technology. Now the competition has joined the bandwagon, and everybody is going with the R32 refrigerant. Which it gives a 8 to 10% additional efficiency. So that's in addition to be eco-friendly, it's more efficient. Um, Now, recently, we came up with a new concept. So this is the floor console. It's a heat pump like the first product line, but it's been tailored to tackle the Canadian climate. So it goes minus 30, and it's a product that's been fine tuned to uh, it tackles more the heating side. So it does both, but it brings an additional performance when it comes to heating, and it has proven quite popular. We launched it in October, and we'll address another market with the hybrid solar window AC. So it requires both energy from the grid, uh, up to 10%. So it's a matter of powering up the compressor, but 90% of the energy comes from the sun as well. So that's another interesting approach. So you may ask yourself, is there a market for solar power cooling and heating technology? We've asked ourselves this question for 5 years, and I think we've started to get the answer, and it's positive. Uh, if we think in terms of cooling degrees and the cost of or heating, the cost of electricity has increased in Canada by about 10 to 12%. It's even worse in the US, 33%. And in the Caribbean, we've seen situations where it's absolutely unbelievable. So some of the some increase were this is a catastrophe for the inhabitants of these countries, and the cost of energy is already very high, up to 35-40 cents US per kilowatt hour. Can you imagine? And this is not the same purchasing power as we benefit here in Canada or in the US. And when it comes to the heat pump market itself, be it solar or not, well, it's increasing. It's super efficient. The concept of heat pump is very efficient. So it consumes 1 kilowatt of energy and gives back 4 watt of cooling or heating. So this is something that is really makes a lot of sense when you take into account that 50% of the energy load in a typical North American home is for cooling and heating, right? So maybe more visually, how the solar heat pump comes to the rescue. Well, you're aware of you might be aware of the duck curve. So duck curves, the situation is that the electricity demand from the grid is there's a mismatch between the demand and the production of electricity. So we come with a situation, especially in the case of the cooling. You need cooling when it's hot, when the sun is up. So that's why it makes sense to go solar for cooling, right?
Right.
And
So we're running out of time, Jeff. I
okay,
just
so
and even having the duck curve. This is why when I
yes,
met you people, I said, wait, if that air conditioner is on the grid at the
that's
hottest
right.
day, and there's the solar panel that's making it not draw from Toronto Hydro, why aren't they
Yeah,
getting the money? So I do
exactly.
believe, and if you just want to finish your slides because
Yep.
we've reached the end of the day, and I want to let people hit the highway.
Yeah,
And those
very
on
good.
Zoom,
So
thank you so much. Go ahead.
you're very, thank you very much. And I will end it with that slide. This is a very visual overview of how it makes sense. So so the concept, you need to remember, the concept of the heat pump is a very efficient one. So when you consume 1 kilowatt of energy, and it gives you back 4 kilowatts, or 4 times. And when you add the solar to the mix, well, you remove the cost of that energy from an operation standpoint. Of course, you need to pay upfront, but the return on investment is within a few years, right? So I think this is the way to go. Add to this upcoming incentives from government for solar panels, and add to this the incentive for heat pump and eco-efficiency.